GhostChilde. A GhostChilde shoots his brother to redness with lead chips and powder. Even as a female of law enforcement makes a ghost of a 15-year-old child, she said his BB gun had the laid cold shine of a .45. And the winds of storms unguessed scream out in spit words of harsh hail, marking native soil and those indigenous to it. Who were these winter's children? And how many are there to be counted as hillocks and earth buried beneath sorrow and snowdrifts of artificial seasons and manure? GhostChilde mounts his difficult pony cut from the no-horse herd of his people. There are no paths open for him. He shot away his life, blew out his wings and future dreams with his brother's backbone, dropping time with the red shine of flesh underneath his skin. Law enforcement, rules, regulations. How do you regulate the desperation of seeming hopeless poverty? Law enforcement, professional assassins with their excuse for slow genocide, metal jacketed to their sidearms, and somehow, in some philosophy of perversion, a Californic Terminator, a mouthpiece of the Washington machine, gets himself elected on the premise that native blood people have been given some unfair advantages, privileges unearned, unequal rights. These are rights, negotiated and paid for by death, not privileges, but negotiated agreements between people for genocide, for murder, for the lies that have fired up the present state of ignorance and hatred. And the end result is what you see in the frustration of the outwardly over nullification of hopelessness, the sense we engender in our young, the sometimes absolute futility of defense against a quiet annihilation with drugs and alcohol. Bullets and steel, knives, things that you, pale and hollow, once called treaty gifts. And so our ghost-like children fire up their dreams, and through the dream shadows of our night we become witness to brother shooting brother, and are forced to hear the litanies of casual disinterest when law enforcement kills a child of 15 holding a baby gun. In the raw echoes of his story, as an afterthought, it is said that he might have stolen a case of beer earlier that day. And the smoke blows cold in the wind as the icy breath of our young dead tears at our bones, and the visions that are called forth in remembrance of all who have gone before. Senseless and dead children of red earth, I grieve for all of my ghost children, the killers and the killed. For in the hoop of our nations, our indigenous people, we are all connected, and thus, above all else, we share this in common. We share rage.